We're really excited to be here for the tale of the Manaha. I had no memory of this at all either, and I remember why.
Because it is terrible.
Well, that and after the Mystical Mirror episode, I think I stopped watching Are You Afraid of the Dark for a bit. This episode came out in late December of 1995. I would have been over 11 years old at that point. I think I was getting more adult shows. And I remember watching The Tale of the Badge like when it came out. And that's the last one of the season. So
Yes.
I don't think I'm going to remember most of these going on from season 5 at all.
I don't.
Yeah, I mean, it's falling off for me too. And I'm,
Yeah, well, another thing I want to mention, though, is on IMDb, this has 2.1 out of 10 rating. And I looked back at that Consequence of Silence article, and this is listed out of the 65 original episodes, number 52 of being the worst. So 65 would have been the worst, and this is at 52. I put this a little higher than like the 60s.
I don't know. We've seen some
yeah,
shit.
it's not, I mean, I don't know. I can appreciate what they were fucking trying to do, but man, it just starts falling apart in their fucking hands at the end.
Well, Manaha is another name for the Wendigo, which is Native American and Aborigine Canadian folklore. These creatures were also in the tale of the Watcher's Woods. Stick complains that they're strange.
I thought that was witches.
I think they were trying to do something with that.
Oh, well,
Stick complains that there's a strange monster out to get him. It's bigger than him. They don't believe it, but they see this ape creature right around. You can tell it's like Tucker by just his voice.
yeah.
And Stick says, "Psych." Very 1995 slang happening there. Cheers in this rum.
Hang on,
We don't even have shots.
All right. Kiki jokes with him. And Tucker says that people have always been scared of monsters in the wilderness. But there's some strange ones out there like that can't be seen, but they have stories. Like Sasquatch and the Loch Ness Monster. Here in Maryland, we have Chessie. He's caught the Loch Ness Monster at Chesapeake Bay.
What?
Yeah, Chessie's out there somewhere.
That's real?
Yeah. Well, I mean, as real as the Loch Ness Monster.
Yeah.
The Loch Ness Monster is real.
Okay.
And tonight, they're too scared. I might see him too. We're at this, like, so is this Boy Scouts? Is it a youth group, campsite?
It's Camp Hope.
Because they're mentioning doing their first overnight. So it may be in a day camp, and then they're doing it overnight somewhere.
You know what Camp Hope was?
Is that the one at Camp Nowhere? Or Heavyweights?
Yes.
All right.
Then it becomes the Camp Perkins.
You know, I watched Camp Nowhere for the first time in years, like 2 years ago. But I haven't seen Heavyweights in a long time.
We've got it.
Yeah, we do have it.
All right. Bring me the VHS. I got a VHS player down there in the studio track.
We got the DVD.
I am better.
Yeah.
Now, there's a Gassy Gooder prop again. This is 2 episodes in a row, unless these are out of order. And again, the order of Are You Afraid of the Dark episodes online is not consistent anywhere. And that's been confirmed from multiple sources. So
But
we're kind of guessing.
Here's the thing. This is one of the 2 things I'm like, oh, man.
I actually had a note in here. Let's count how many times Ben says that was so fucking stupid.
Yeah. Okay. So, Gassy Grinner, there was 1 copy of Gassy Grinner made. 1. That dude says it's the 6th episode first print.
Volume 6, first print or something like that.
Okay, so-
However, Ethan at the end of the Gassy Gooder episode is signing things. He was signing copies of it then, right?
No, he's not signing copies of Gassy Grinner, though. He's signing copies of his Ethan comic.
Okay.
Gassy Grinner, there was only 1 comic ever made, and we've seen fucking 3 so far. And he's talking about a volume 6. What the fuck? What?
Although I did like this Sergeant Slyball that nicknamed the counselor here. His name of the episode is Lottie. He's like, thinks everything's boot camp. He's had a bunch of dirt balls like,
Well, I am so glad you brought up military. Adam, I want you to show this little clip of him saying about face.
All right.
And
Make
then,
note.
do you know what an about face is, Adam? I mean, you weren't in the military, but I was.
Or OTC, I think they do it as well. They're supposed to all turn together.
You do?
And is it 90-degree angle?
It is a 180-degree angle.
All right. So complete around.
All the way. Yep.
About face, you turn completely around. They do a right face.
Troops about face! Forward! March!
Okay, so that was a
They
big
turn
all right.
90 degrees to the right. He says about face, and those motherfuckers turn 90 degrees, and it's a right face. It's not an about face. It is a right fucking face.
You tell 'em, baby.
I'm glad you caught that. I'll put that in the goofs of IMDb as well, unless somebody already did it already. No, there's no goofs in here.
Did you put the iguanas?
No, how the iguanas were in the chameleon episode. That episode is going to air shortly. Obviously, this will come in afterwards, but
Okay.
yeah, I aired them all last night. Now, this guy AJ Buckley is the actor's name. He still acts today. I don't know if you recognized him. He's on the SEAL Team TV series that came out.
Let's hope he fucking got his about face and right faces right.
Yeah. He was also the voice of Pigeon Pete on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the recent TV series, and on CSI New York. Yeah. He reminded me of Chet from Weird Science TV show as well.
Yeah.
I kind of got that vibe from. I love that show growing up.
Dude, it was great.
Oh yeah, we did a podcast on that one. That was this shit.
Well, if we ever break fucking 600 fucking followers, then maybe we'll do another podcast.
Yeah, we've been stuck in like the 500s for like, I don't know, 6 months.
Yeah, I mean, Jesus fucking Christ.
You think people would be following these goddamn hashtags?
It's probably because me and you are offensive at certain points, so like we'll gain some and then we'll lose some.
Yeah,
so we've been at
true.
like 530 for a good half a fucking year. And I mean, shit, I'm not gonna change. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
But
Now this episode also has a generic fat kid. I think he's eating like pasta. He has a whole
he
sauce
has
jar of them.
he has spaghetti in a ragu container. He's like, I got dinner, and then Lonnie like just opens it up and like pours it out on the fucking floor.
Yeah, and funny, I made a note there. Like this just reminds me of heavyweights already, and heavyweights came out in February of that year, so it had been out. I'm assuming they shot that around the same time.
Well,
they knew about it.
Maybe that's where they got their fucking inspiration
Oh,
from.
so that actor, his name is Eddie. He's in the revamp Are You Afraid of the Dark later on as one of the Menace Society members.
Oh.
Yeah. There's like a generic nerdy kid as well. He has poison ivy on his feet. They're making excuses of why they can't go. And then we see this kid who reminds me of the kid in Bushwhacked. He's like really excited. He kind of looks like him as well. You know,
I haven't seen Bushwhacked in forever.
And remember, I bought you the fucking DVD. And you passed that like 30 minutes into it. I love that movie. It is hilarious.
Were we drunk?
Dan started, yeah, of course.
Well, fucking, that's probably why
Y'all
I
were
passed
hanging
out.
out.
Now, I have a great memory with Bushwhacked. I remember one of the first times we watched it. Bob was watching it with us, and they get to the scene with the fucking the campfire was he has to spray the bird and the bees. He said, "Give me your Barbie dolls."
Yeah,
that was Mom trying to turn it off. That's a great movie, though. I also like how he asked for like snow cones and marbles, and like he's smoking the movie. You don't see he doesn't light it up, but you see him with cigarettes.
Yeah,
that you won't see in the kids' movies nowadays.
Well, you won't see shit in kids' movies nowadays. That's why they're all fucked up.
They mentioned Vision Quest, so is that the name of the camp?
No, he says you're going to embark on a Vision Quest.
Oh yeah, the like head guy.
Yeah, the counselor says that.
Mm-hmm.
And now, all right, I'm about to go there into some kind of testy territory. Now we have Native American in us.
Mm-hmm.
But this guy's like white. He's really, really white. He's a white guy saying Vision Quest. So you might want to get like a Native American looking guy to, be that guide. You know what I'm saying?
Well, like our eyes from
Otherwise,
Ersko's camp.
it's kind of like, have you ever seen the back of a $20 bill? Have you ever seen the back of a $20 bill on weed?
What are you talking about, Ashley?
Half baked, the white
Baby.
guy.
I watched that movie once, and like I don't like drug humor. Like I've never actually done drugs, so the humor doesn't work for me. Anytime I see marijuana references or some stand-up comics using drug references,
My whole point is the Vision Quest comes across better from the Indian than the white guy talking about doing drugs.
Yeah,
that was it.
They still needed an Indian guy.
Yeah, because he came across like the dude from Half Baked.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Everything's running together now. There's the fact this guy Jonah is our lead main character. Is all excited for the skier. Lonnie tries to scare him with grizzly bears, and he mentions that grizzly bears are actually just in the northwest, and they're about 3,000 miles away. So that it does put them in Canada, or maybe in Maine. I looked it up though, and that is correct. Grizzly bears are only in this part of like Montana, a little bit of Washington State, and a lot of Alberta. Looks like Calvary territories, Yukon, and Alaska. What kind of bears do we have here in Maryland? I know we saw some in the mountain of the
The
Appalachians.
only bears we have are the ones
Black
we brought. Probably black bears.
Yeah, black bears. Yeah, they're tiny, right?
I mean, they're still fucking bears.
I don't think I've ever seen a bear in real life other than like at the zoo, like panda bears and shit.
Right. I'm right there with you.
No, I'm not a hiker or a camper, so I the luxury of being inside with a lot of technology. In case you haven't noticed by my office here.
Why isn't Vigo the Carpathian up on your wall yet?
It is in crystal right now. Yeah, I took him back home and put it up there.
Why?
Because I go with like restaurant beach decor.
Yeah, it looks like a fucking hotel in here.
Yeah, of course. That's why I told Kayla, let's get rid of some of this stuff. I want everything handmade. Okay. They get arguing, Lottie and Jonah. It pushes them, and Lottie's knapsack goes down a hill. Lottie forces him to go down the hill where he finds a secret cave and goes inside where he finds some like Indian hieroglyphics, I guess you would call
All
these.
right, we're starting Indiana Jones.
Yeah, with the statue.
Indiana Jones. He sees some cave paintings, and then he sees this statue, picks it up, fucking dust, like some kind of smoke comes up, and then all of a sudden Nightwolf from fucking Mortal Kombat shows up and starts talking to him about the Manaha and how he needs to leave the forest like right now.
Ashley made a comment about watching this episode with Ben where I saw it on break. What was that, Ashley?
I said the last time I saw that motherfucker, he was in a cupboard. Or I haven't seen him since he was in the cupboard or something.
Yeah.
It was good, though.
With Owen Wilson.
This seemed a little bit over the top. I
penis nose.
couldn't figure out what this guy was, but they call him a shaman later on.
Yeah.
What is actually shaman again?
And those were the medicine men.
Yeah.
Okay. The figure says the Maha, returned for human flesh, and he must leave forever.
So, okay. We're going to start with the questions. So is it, have they returned because he picked up that statue?
Or he discovered a cave, but the cave's just like open. There's
Yeah,
nothing
well,
blocked.
that there was some kind of like lore about these woods and the Manaha and how people have been going missing and all this other shit. Unless it was because he picked up that statue, but they never really fucking say anything about it. They never like, oh, it's just fucking, this might be worth something. Like they never fully go into what the fuck is going on. So you're just watching this. You're just watching this like, okay, these kids are walking around the fucking woods and there's like people in gorilla costumes running around like in the tree line. What the fuck is going on? Why are they out here now?
Oh, by the way, the guy who wrote this episode also wrote Chain Magic.
Well, that fucking explains some shit because that was a shit fucking episode too.
Lonnie and the rest of the campers come in this cave, and Lonnie gets excited about like finding like King Tut's tomb here, where you make a lot of money from thing like this, and they're gonna get famous. The fat kid's eating again. There's a little bit of fat shaming going on. That's when they go outside, and so who buries that statue just in like a bunch of leaves by that tree?
Lonnie.
Oh, he says he's gonna come back for it. They get to the ranger station where they gotta check in, and Jonah's yelling that the Manaha is going to get the ranger.
What? No, they go in there and like the whole place is like, you know, like no one's around. Like, you know, he's like, oh, the Manaha got the ranger. What's so funny? Hold on, we kind of skipped over it. When that shaman explained to him like the Manaha are in the woods and like they crave flesh and all this shit, and then Lonnie and like the fatty comes in and they're like, oh, look at this cave. You know what? You know, the main kid turns around and he's like, we got to get out of here. You know, and they're like, why? Like, the Manaha. He says it like he already fucking knows everything about this thing that was just told to him. He's like, oh, you don't know? The Manaha are all over this fucking forest, you know? Like, what the fuck? Dude, you just fucking learned about it. Not like, oh, hey, this creepy dude that just vanished out of thin air told me that there's these creatures in this woods. No, it's the Manaha. He calls him by name and doesn't explain shit. And then all of a sudden it's in his fucking head that like everything, the wind blows, Manaha. Fucking, you hear a tree branch break, Manaha. Get the fuck out of here.
I laugh when Lottie gets captured. You see it blow the whistle and scream, but then they see this like giant fucking foot in the ground, and that figure walking looks like a human size. So Ashes has like this
Ashley's like
6 foot foot.
Ashley said, "Oh, he's gonna blow his rape whistle. What's that gonna do?"
Yeah, then they go back and they just find the whistle. There's no evidence of Lottie at all.
God.
They go
A
to
lot
the
of protection those are.
the foot disappears.
You okay, baby?
They're going.
Just think.
This
I
is
know.
the
I love you too.
No, there's this group that I follow, and they're like, what's a terrible pickup line? And this guy says, do you want to role play the rape?
Oh.
And they're like, no, with a question mark. That's the spirit.
Oh.
Jesus Christ, cut that out.
sure.
I don't know. Fuck it.
Yeah, I'm just hoping for more reviews up in this bitch.
Well, we'd probably lose subscribers
Probably
for that
not
one.
gonna get it with the rape jokes.
Yeah, no. I mean, it wasn't a rape joke, but it was a pickup line that I heard that was terrible. And we're not going to put it in because it's bad. Hey,
He was poking me with his gun.
you son of a bitch.
It was in my arm. It's cool.
Heard worse.
They go back to the radio station. It's all in shambles. Like someone came in, they look for something. They try using like walkie-talkie or CB radio or the fuck that was, and that's cut. There's no outside communication. Almost like The Shining.
And then he's like, "Oh man, this time for real, it's the Manaha. It's got to be this time." And fucking Ranger Rick's gone. Then all the little boys gather up. They're like, "Well, what do we do now?" He's like, "Well, chapter 8, fucking don't use landmarks, use the stars." So
Yeah, he keeps using the book reference, and he acts like he read this book and 9 times. Like, chapter 4,
yeah.
don't trust this. Chapter 7, use your compass. Chapter 1, don't be afraid.
So they start to go use their compass to get back to fucking camp or whatever, like the real camp, and they run into, I guess, like they're like, this wasn't here before. Like, what is it? Just like it's overgrown now.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to mention this actor playing Jonah. His acting credits include Holes as miscellaneous crew,
Okay.
Spy Kids, and
That's why he looked familiar. I know both of those movies.
he's also a voice actor on Arthur. This is about the 20th one, right?
Well,
I
Oh,
liked
and
Arthur.
I forgot to mention this.
I loved Wishbone
So
I loved Wishbone too.
and Arthur,
Yeah.
but
yeah, he was on Undressed, that series on MTV, and so was
Franklin
that
was the
that really hot
last
girl on the last episode. Remember that show actually?
Huh?
Undressed on MTV.
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, I loved that show.
Yeah, me too. It was like late night and
Yeah, me
oh,
and my sister used to
gotcha.
stay up watching it all
oh
night.
my god.
nice. There's a podcast on that one. No one's done that right now.
We should.
You know, funny. Caleb was especially doing a podcast on everything Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen. And I don't know if I can get
shit.
through it, but I found a few that actually exist already.
No, it's
Digging
not
that.
happening, Kayla.
What the world?
Don't listen
It's
to him.
not
Come
fucking
on in.
happening. No, we're not doing
I
it.
think this room's half yours. Oh wait, no, y'all are talking about something.
I want to
else.
do Mary Kate and Ashley podcast.
Well, then fucking
No,
you-
let's do Undressed. You don't remember
She's too
that
young
show?
for that. Kayla was like 9 years
Do
old when that
Undressed. It's-
TV show came
It
out.
was so good. It was like an MTV.
Exactly.
we know when the fuck
soap
you were
opera.
born.
It was fucking great.
Speaking of which, 15 was the soap opera for teens on Nickelodeon, and I don't think has anybody done a podcast on that yet? Do you remember that, Ben?
We need
No.
to do so weird.
Mm,
We do so weird.
Liz
we,
McGuire show,
yeah, we do Alex Mack.
Alex Mack, yes. Lizzie McGuire, no.
The Mystery Files of Shelby Woo.
Sure.
Mm,
Actually, I would love to do one on UK television, but the problem with that is the episodes are really hard to find on a lot of them.
and most people are dead now.
Yeah, it's a little older, and the ones that exist online are like really poor quality because they're taken off like VHS tapes that were recorded in
Well,
1983.
fucking so are the ones that we're watching on this shit.
Well, I've watched the shorts on there. I don't know why these never got an official DVD release. As many kids grew up with that shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I really hated this episode, man. It was not interesting. It was all over the fucking place. He says that fear is the only emotion, and if he doesn't believe in it, it doesn't exist. That's the major thing happening.
Oh,
you know?
okay. Now is when it starts to get good. This is when it all just starts to crumble in your hands. You're so close. We're 20 minutes in. What are we gonna do with these last 5 minutes?
Fuck them up.
We're gonna fucking fuck it all up. Okay, so he starts to. Well, Fatty gets captured, right?
Mhm.
Fucking
Of
gorilla
course.
suited man jumps down and grabs that little fat bastard. Then, what? Jonah? Is that his name?
Yes.
Jonah stumbles upon the counselor, the ranger, and the fatty. All
And cocoons, I thought it was.
it's like it's like a fucking like a bee's nest.
Yeah,
Kinda.
I was calling it cocoon. Remember that 80s
Yeah,
movie?
it's like a bee's
Hey,
nest.
Did you ever watch that 80s movie Cocoon?
No.
I watched sometimes, but
But-
my mom was back there.
But yeah, all it is like this muddy paste with fucking leaves. Or it's got them, but they can't fucking move. But it's only their torso, like their legs aren't fucking tied up or anything like that. Anyway, for whatever reason, these motherfuckers can't move. Then Jonah sees the shaman. No, not yet. He doesn't. He sees people rustling in the trees. Manaha. He's like, I don't believe in you. You hear me? If I don't believe in you, you don't exist. Okay. If you don't believe in him, who the fuck are you talking to?
Exactly. And you know, I think that concept could have worked with a different setting. Not with these mystical creatures of the woods, with something else.
It worked in a labyrinth.
It
when
worked with Freddy Krueger.
Worked in a labyrinth.
Yeah.
You have no power over me.
Or like in Saw, when they said they got to hurt themselves to escape, and that's what the plot device is. Like, yeah, it doesn't work with this episode.
So, okay.
I just found bridesmaid footy pajamas.
Nice.
Hey, we're recording a podcast here.
We're getting married, god damn it. Anyway,
I'm multitasking.
so the shaman shows up and Jonah gets the statue and he's like, I'm summoning the power of the Manaha now. Shaman goes in the cave, which is conveniently like fucking right there.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, why did he go back to that same location?
Like he is like 3 feet away from going into this fucking cave. Okay. And he's like, I'm sealing you away. He puts the statue down and then fucking rocks start going all crazy, fucking collapsing. You look out, like there's a shot of outside and there are fucking these like football size, like basketball size boulders falling like just randomly outside.
Yeah.
Where the fuck are they falling from? The trees? The fuck was that?
Yeah, it covers the whole entrance. It's like, what the?
There's no entrance. It's
was
just
like-
trees.
Oh, yeah.
You never see a cave entrance ever.
Wait, he walks in the cave.
But look at it from
pull
the
it up.
outside.
Pull it up. Because
It's like it's all just like
yeah, you just see some trees and then you just see boulders just fucking falling down. Like
This is at the end here, right?
yes.
All right.
Yeah, it's so fucking stupid. Like I was like, what the fuck is going on? I just started laughing.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Hold on. Make it bigger.
All right, I got full screen happening here.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's all worried. He got a statue in his hands. Doesn't have as much power as he thinks. And these guys are still ducked up. The mystical creatures come and the shaman's walking around this damn torch. Says no longer needs them. He doesn't control them because Jonah does because he's got the statue.
All right. Where's the cave entrance?
here we go.
Somewhere in there. It says does not exist.
But you
yeah.
don't believe in him, you little fuck.
Yeah, you just and there's cave entrance, man.
All right,
he just
now-
walks in.
Yeah.
But why?
But where was it from the back?
That's a good
From
question.
outside.
Yeah. So
And
is the
just-
statue like controlling this?
I don't
Is-
fucking
it's-
know.
it's
That was my
like
thing all wrong.
And
Yeah.
if you can't see it from outside, then where are all the rocks coming from?
He just puts it back.
Okay, hold on.
puts
Watch
back
this
nest.
shit.
Okay, now.
Yeah, everything's falling down, but
All right.
Yes.
Well, now watch the shot from
Now it
outside.
makes
Okay.
sense in here.
no,
But-
the Jenna runs outside.
Yes,
And
now.
there's a bunch. There's a
Look.
cave entrance, all right? Yeah.
You don't see anything.
Yeah, so there's just boulders coming down from
They're
nowhere.
just raining.
Yeah, this
What
cave-
the fuck just happened? Why are they untied now?
They don't know.
Oh, and now
It's a Manaha miracle.
the hostages are out of the cocoons too by some fucking miracle.
And that was the other thing about the cocoon. Did you say about like the kid with the knife just jabbing
Oh
right,
no, he tries to cut him down with that knife, but
Mhm.
then he's like,
right in his stomach?
he's like where he wants to start cutting is like right in this dude's gut.
So all I can think is like he's gonna pull it open and the dude's gonna be bled out in there
Christ's
anyway.
sake.
It was real bad.
What a shit show.
I'm probably gonna put this in my bottom 5.
Cheers, baby.
The next day, they said Jenna's giving the directions and says they can get back before lunch. And Lonnie's like carrying a bunch of shit, so there's a little bit of role reversal there. Jenna may have been small, but size has nothing to do with how brave you are. That depends on your brain and heart, says Stig. Or sorry, Tucker, who's telling the story. Stig says he likes it. And then they hear a bunch of shit, and they start running to put that fucking fire out, take out.
What a piece of shit.
Yeah. And what's this guy who wrote this episode doing right now?
I fucking,
I want to find him.
I don't know, but he should be. You think like when he has dinner with like his wife and kid, they're just like, you just had to do that Manaha episode, didn't you? He's like, God damn it, I was young.
It was a different time.
So like that's like his life regret was doing this episode.
Yeah, I do kind of wonder, like, how often some of these people who are on these shows actually do recite stories and stuff like that.
Well, fucking obviously Ross Hall doesn't give a fuck about it because we've sent him all types of shit. Like, dude, just if you're busy, you're busy. If not, then just cool. Send us something. We'll tell everybody that listens to us what you said.
So are you gonna do this rant right now? This
You
one
said
going.
you wanted more alcohol.
I do want more alcohol.
All right. Well,
because
He wants to let it
God
out.
All right,
damn it.
we're gonna cut this episode. Yeah, bottom 5 for me, obviously. Hey, Ben and me did mention in one of the last recordings we're gonna take a break season between 5 and 6, and our season in between is gonna be all collaborations and special stuff. So, if you would like to be on our show and you have an outstanding personality and you're willing to drink on Skype, or you want to come to Ocean City, Maryland, where we record, hey, feel free.
That sounds like
Let's
a
reach
terrible
out.
idea.
They might wear our skin.
Yeah, no.
Ugh.
Skype.
Yeah, maybe. Be sure to let us review. Make sure you give us your money that you earn from your nice paycheck at Arby's.
I love
Patreon.
Arby's.
I haven't
I don't.
I haven't eaten Arby's in 10 years.
I mean, I
don't eat
I pay
Arby's.
the price for it
Yeah.
No.
with my butt.
And I pay the price for him.
yeah.
Financially. and
No,
then
I meant with my nose.
yeah.
And we'll see everybody next time.
She got to sleep in the same bed.